Thank you, Anthony. Here's your starting lineup for race number 35, the Junior TKM Final. Pole position, last year's champion Alfie Garford, Tyler Harris on the outside of row number 1. Leo Robinson and Luke Bate, yesterday's winner, go from row number 2. Row number 3 is Ihan Kalachern, yesterday's runner-up, and Jake Humphrey. Oliver Bowen and Joe Cheek start from row number 4. This year's champion Leon Frost starts from row 5 alongside Aidan Mitchell, with Ollie Rands and Patrick Leaf next. Row 7, Dara McInerney and Seth Hathaway. Row 8, Joel Hull and Jack Stewart. The 9th and final row of the grid, Oliver Bourne and Olivia Jenkins. Now in the point standings, Leon Frost has the race lead, but Dara McInerney, Tyler Harris, Ihan Kalachern, Luke Bate, Ollie Rands, Olivia Jenkins, Leo Robinson are separated by 21 points. 21 points separates McInerney from Robinson. McInerney was excluded from the final at Warden Law, which means he has to carry that 0 points score. And that would be a remarkable turnaround if he could get himself a seed. And we got one driver stopped at the exit of the first corner, and the rest of the field take the start for this 12-minute final. Out onto the banking we go. And it is the number 33. Oh no, Seth Hathaway. So Hathaway not in contention for a seed. His season ends early. Down towards hairpin number 1, Alfie Garford. Well, Alfie Garford is now not the only driver in the modern era of the British Championship to win a championship without winning a final in his championship winning year. Gus Lawrence becomes the second. However, Lawrence has won a final in his career. Garford hasn't. And that is Jack Stewart out of the race at the second hairpin. He tried to get his kart back on track. But the rest of the field now down to, we've lost a couple of drivers. At the end of lap number 1, we'll get a championship update. But realistically, anyone of 7 drivers could finish second in this season's point standings as we head on to lap number 2. It's Harris leading Garford. Tyler Harris has got 2 wins in his career.
Now there's a yellow flag. Sorry, Henry.
The number 22 car off. That's Patrick Leaf off the circuit. So Tyler Harris at the moment would be second in the championship. Let's have a quick look on your screens. These are the championship positions as things stand. Now, a driver in green means they've improved their position in this race, and a driver in red means they've lost a position. Look at the amount of change there is going on. Harris would be second. McInerney would be a remarkable third. Kalachern and Bate fourth and fifth. Olivia Jenkins started today second in the point standings. She has dropped to 8th in the point standings. Joe Cheek and Jake Humphrey would also get a national seed as well. But there, Tyler Harris with 610 points would have second. The battle is on for all the minor placings, however.
Yellow flag still out in the first section as the kart gets recovered. And again, this is probably one of the closest battles for second place that we're seeing. Like we're saying, all that chopping and changing in the standings, which is great to see going into the final race. But of course, Leon Frost with that commanding lead, 640 points. He's been absolutely untouchable this season, hasn't he? And right now, Leon Frost is there in P7. Note to worry about. He's cruising to the end in this one.
Yes, that's all you can do. Stay out of trouble, cruise home.
Yeah. But there, the top 2 still just line astern. Garford wanting to gain as many places as he potentially can. Of course, he's not within the top 10 shout. He missed the first 2 rounds of the championship while he was having a go in Junior X30, wasn't he?
Yes, he joined the fray at round 3 at Rissington.
Yes, yeah. So, and of course, that means not only does he miss out on 2 rounds worth of points, but he also misses out on that extra 20 points for competing in each round of the championship. So, obviously, a big smacker of points there that he's not going to see, which means we don't see him in the top 10, which is a huge shame. You know, last year's champion in this class, you know, he's run the number 1.
It's great to see the number 1 back, but his dad, Simon, said a very funny thing this morning. He said, we've got to get a win, because otherwise you'll be like the Jimmy White who's never actually won a race. But I mean, of course, yeah, he's won. But he's done what Jimmy White didn't do. He's won a championship.
Yeah.
But again, I like the analogy. You know.
Yeah, it's a good analogy.
Any snooker-related analogy is all right in my book, especially back in the golden era of snooker. The whirlwind and all that.
Oh yeah.
Well, Whirlwind White, Hurricane Higgins.
The only person I know is Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan. They're all good nicknames. Golden Nugget.
Yeah.
Good old Steve Davis. But there we go. Enough billiards talk. Back to go-karting. The two Talco-backed privateers, Garford and Harris, putting on a demonstration run here. Luke Bate, though, in third place, is having his best weekend of the season. Luke Bate coming into he had 2 top 10 finishes coming into this weekend. 5th at Shennington and an 8th at Warden Law. But obviously then had a win yesterday. Darren McInerney gets a penalty flag. Yes, so Frost won the first 3 rounds of the championship at Shennington, Warden Law and Rissington. Tyler Harris won last time out at Wilton Mill in a fantastically exciting race. And Luke Bate won yesterday. So this is a 6-round championship. We've got Darren McInerney in 14th place, but 4.8 seconds separating the top 13. Really, really good stuff.
Yeah. Now, with that overtake, Luke Bate puts himself up into P4 in the championship standings now as well. Joint on points with Yihan Kalachan, but because he is ahead in this final, he would get the higher of the positions and he'll get the lower seed number in effect. But that battle, very, very close out on circuit. Joint on points, and they're right there next to each other as well. Olivia Jenkins has gone back up into P7 now in the championship standings as she's managed to get past Ollie Rands. So Rands down into 10th place, Olivia Jenkins up into P9.
Yes, so Jenkins, the red and white Birrell chassis, not in this group, but in the group that has just flashed across your screen going into the first heavy. There you can see the number 8 car of Olivia Jenkins. She is defending against Joel Hull, so she's moved to 8th position, and this is where literally every single position could mean a championship point, a championship position gained or lost. Now, we lost Seth Hathaway at the start of the race. We also lost Patrick Leaf on lap number 1. Jack Stewart has got his kart back up and running again. Oliver Bourne is in 15th position. Darren McInerney is 14th. Aidan Mitchell 13th. Jake Humphrey is 12th. Oliver Bowen 11th. Ollie Rands rounds out your top 10 at the minute. But they are this group chasing the 2 leaders who've got a 2.1 second, Harris and Garford. Now, if it is going to be a head-to-head fight between Harris and Garford, are we going to see a mirror image of what happened in the pre-final? Has Tyler Harris learned? He showed Alfie Garford an awful lot of respect in the last lap of the pre-final, a little bit too much respect for the last lap of a final itself.
Yeah, that's the ultimate question, really, isn't it? I mean, well, right now, Tyler Harris is leading, so he doesn't have to worry about that from Garford at the moment. But Garford, on that last lap, fastest lap of the race, 102.42. Maybe he's going to hold that momentum, potentially go for change of the lead. Who knows? The gap's about 0.3 of a second, so
5 minutes to go, plus change. It's still, well, Tyler Harris. Last year, Tyler missed out on a place in the top 10, even though he won the last round. So Tyler Harris won last round. It wasn't a double header here at PFI, it was just a single header. Tyler Harris won that race in the final. That was his first win. He backed it up with another win earlier this year at Wilton Mill. So in terms of overall junior TKM results, Zach Oates has 5 wins, Alistair Cresswell 4. So a win here for Tyler Harris would put him joint 3rd with this year's champion Leon Frost and Oliver Richardson on the all-time junior TKM win list.
Yes, indeed. So, battles raging on throughout this field. In terms of the championship standings, obviously Frosty with the win. Tyler Harris is still there in 2nd. He's obviously defending that one from Darren McInerney. Points difference between those two, 11 points. Dara's still in P13. Not made any moves, really, has he?
And I'm really surprised with that because Dara can gain points now. Every position for Dara would be a point gained. So he's I'm not quite sure what the problem is with Dara McInerney. He's whether this is a slight power issue or a setup issue, but McInerney, I'm looking at on the banking, and he's still just down there in 13th place. He's going to come into your screens now. He's got the sort of the dark blue cart there, just flashing across the street at the back of that group. So he's got 2, 4, 5 drivers pretty much directly in front of him. So that's 5 points that he could gain. That would put him on 604. Which is 6 points behind Harris. You have to gain a little bit more. So there's the number 72 of Dara McInerney. And is he going to get past the number 14 of Aidan Mitchell going into Fullerton S's? No, he doesn't.
Not committing to the overtakes right now. And is that due to, you know, waft out of the corners? Or
not sure. There may be just a setup issue or a power problem that we don't know about. But certainly, Dara McInerney not as quick as we thought he was going to be in this event. But hey, that's that's how competitive this race is. You know, you have drivers that have good rounds and bad rounds, because everyone wants to end on a good round. It's Harris, Garford, Bate, Robinson, Callagher, Frost, your top 6. Joe Cheek runs in 7th. Then it's Jenkins in 8th. 9th for Rands, Hull 10th, and Aidan Mitchell, Oliver Owen, McInerney, Jake Humphrey, and Oliver Bourne, your top 15. Jack Stewart runs in 16th position.
Yes, indeed. Less than 2 minutes to go then in this final. It's still Harris who leads from Garford. Bate in 3rd place from Robinson, Callachurn. Then it's Frost, Cheek, Jakins, Rands, Hull, Mitchell, Bowen, Dara McInerney, Humphrey, Bourne, Stewart. 2 retirements, Leaf and Hathaway. Alfred Matthews Racing joins the stream and says, come on, Leon Frost. He's doing everything he needs to do right now, which is just chill.
And not get excluded. So he is going to be, I mean, all our other champions have actually finished on the podium in the final class so far. We might have to go and do an extra interview as we got our first change of lead. Alfie Garford into top spot at the moment. So 1 minute, 15 seconds to go. Garford now has the race lead. And Alfie just, wants to get that monkey off his back, get that first win, get the weight off his shoulders, and, be a winner. It wasn't his championship winning season. He's going to have to beat his, well, he's not his teammate, they're both privateers, but, they're both Talco supported drivers into the Fullerton S's. Out onto the back straight, 45 seconds to go. Tyler Harris looking strong, looking composed, gets a good one. Takes a tighter entrance and washes out a little bit during the middle of the Mike Wilson complex. Harris is going to get a good slipstream now on the main straight.
It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Tyres can be used, but they've had one less race than they would usually have. They haven't had a pre-final, so
that's right,
they should be a little bit more lively than what they would usually be.
Things getting lively now. Harris goes to the crossover move. Alfie Garford gives Tyler Harris just the same amount of respect that Harris showed him in the pre-final. Good stuff there. Harris back into top spot. But game on. The clock in Junior TKM strikes 0 now.
There we go then, side by side. And again, Garford taking the long way round, looks to get the switch back, but can't quite do it as Harris just parks that car in the middle of the track. But he's got past again. So he did that before they even exited the corner. So that was all that was that Garford took the normal racing line on the exit, could carry the speed, and Harris just slowed it down a little bit so he could get in the middle of the track.
Harris expected the crossover move, and Alfie went, okay, I'm just going to go carry on going around the outside.
Yeah.
So, let's see. The racing has been superb between these two. They've got one more lap to go. Who is going to emerge in front?
Oh.
Now Harris gets to the inside and forced his way past Garford out onto the banking. Garford trying to go high, wide and handsome. Harris gives him room. Is he going to squeeze him as they go onto the bridge? He's going to squeeze him, and Garford comes out in front. Down the hill we go. Garford, the more experienced of the two, forces Harris right to the inside. Now Tyler Harris goes to the outside. Now it's time for the crossover, but Garford's going to have the inside line. Harris checks over his shoulder. The chasing pack are closing in, but it's going to be a head-to-head fight. I can't wait to see what happens between these two drivers going into the last couple of corners. Garford has it. Harris is going to get a good run. He clips the curb there. He's not going to have a run into the Bobby Game corner, I don't think. It's now or never for Tyler Harris. It's now or never for Garford to finally get that first win.
It really is going to be just one more corner to get this done, and it's not going to happen. So the number one is the number one for one final time across the line. Garford will win the final round of the championship, but he loses the one, and they're celebrating in the grandstands there as Tyler Harris finishes second. Yihan Kalachern finishes third from Luke Bates' fourth place, but it can be overshadowed by Leon Frost, who finishes on track in P5, but becomes your 2022 Wera Tools British Kart Champion.
Ciao! There we go. And yes, so Leon Frost finished in 5th place. Leo Robinson takes home 6th. 7th for Joe Cheek, and there's some great sportsmanship. I don't often say this, and this is not a slight. Tyler Harris, he's just that little bit too nice. It's, you know, he's a great driver, and again, that is the type of racing that you want to see between the two drivers, Garford and Harris. But when push came to shove, Garford was more inclined to really squeeze Harris to the inside and force Harris to get out of the accelerator. That's sometimes that sort of the great white shark killer instinct that every karter does need at some point. And Garford is rewarded with his first British Championship win. Let's take nothing away from Tyler Harris, who's been superb all weekend. He finishes second. Oh, and the number 31 kart of Joel Hull has stopped on the slowing down lap. Yihan Kalachern, another podium for the Klassen Motorsport team, and Yihan Kalachern, that is his 3rd podium of the season for the English champion, the E-plate holder. And here is Alfie Garford. Now he steps on to the weighbridge. The number one, he's represented the class with that number one, and he finishes his, or I'd imagine would be his junior career, in P1 on the podium. Great stuff. The rest of the field off to the left there, the top 3 drivers. Now there is Joe Cheek. Now Joe again had a nasty accident at Kimbolton in a club meeting, and actually nicked his main artery in his leg, and the paramedic teams there were very quick on the scene there. So he has come back from injury this year. A quick glance at the provisional seeded positions. Tyler Harris would get P2 in the championship. Dara McInerney will be 3rd in the championship. Yihan Kalachern 4th, Luke Bates 5th, Leo Robinson 6th, Ollie Rands 7th, Olivia Jenkins will be 8th for the 2nd year running. Ollie Rands beats Olivia Jenkins in a tiebreaker. They finished 7th and 8th in that final position, in that final. Joe Cheek 9th, and Jake Humphrey is your final seeded driver in 10th. And there's some congratulations, one of the Tim Wilson Motorsport drivers there for all 3 of the top 3 drivers. Anthony Jordan, you can see, is down there poised and ready to interview the top 3, and our champion, Leon Frost. So for the penultimate time today, Mr. Jordan will be speaking to our podium finishers, and then it will be one more race to go. The last race of the day will be TKM Extreme. So Anthony Jordan is in the paddock right about now.
Thank you very much, Henry. Yes, down in the Parc Fermé area. I did just have Alfie Garford here. He's run off. Alfie, come on over. It may have taken 3 years for you to get a win, but it's not going to take you 3 years to get over here. Come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Right, so congratulations, 3 years in the waiting, but you've come away with a final victory.
Yeah, it's about time.
About time.
Yeah.
Obviously, not the championship this year. Obviously, you missed the first 2 rounds. Obviously, you were having a splash in Junior X30, but nonetheless, you've come back into the season. You're coming back strong as well. And I mean, you know, it shows that you've still got the pace out there, and it shows you've still got the championship fight in you. Does this mean, like, next year we're going to see you in one kart all the way through the season this time?
Yes, I think so. I think we're going to be going to try and get another #1 next year. So. Yeah. That's the plan.
That's the plan. Who would you like to thank in this one?
I'd like to thank my mum, my dad for bringing me here. My sponsors, Next Base Dash Cams and Motorbase, they make it all possible. and my granddad for coming along. He's over in the gate right now.
Brilliant stuff. Well, congratulations. Just going to make sure that bumper's definitely still on there, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely still on there.
We've got new regulations for next year, haven't we?
Yeah, it's all the Euro style, yeah.
Yeah, we've got plastic bumpers next year, haven't we?
Good stuff. Well done, mate. Alfie Garford there. Tyler Harris, as Henry said it, probably the nicest driver in the paddock. Maybe a bit too nice out on track, but phenomenal race from yourself. Second out there on track. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Leading most of the race to get done the last 2 laps. But I didn't need to risk anything too much to get P2 in the championship.
No.
So it's still good.
You've come away with a fabulous result, of course, and like you say, you're stretching your legs out in some nicer, warmer climates at the moment, because you may be nice and warm because you just finished a session, but I'm absolutely freezing. But, you know, to finish here this weekend, you know, the championship with the P2 on track, and, of course, P2 in the championship, a nice feeling for yourself, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely, especially after the rocky start to the season.
Yeah, so nice to finish on a high. Who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank Talgo Racing, my dad on the spanners, and everything, really. My mum for coming to support me, and everyone watching at home, like in the UAE, China, and here.
Yeah. Well, fabulous stuff. Tyler Harris, congratulations. Well done. Fabulous season from yourself.
Yeah, thank you.
Excellent. Let's chat to our third place man, Mr. Yihan Kalichern. Yihan, our driver of the day as well from one of the rounds. So, you know, third place in the final round. That's quite nice to end the season on, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite nice to, yeah. And then, yeah. I'm just speechless, kind of. Yeah.
Man of many words. But like you say, the championship, I think that puts you P4. Yeah, P4. So you managed to just get past Luke Bate, who you were battling with, and you were joint on points halfway through that. But because Luke was in front, he was leading, and it was all like. But you managed to get past. You take the number 4. What are you going to go with? E-plate or a number 4?
Probably E-plate, I think.
Probably E-plate?
I think so.
Yeah. That's probably a nice one to go for, isn't it? It's more distinctive. But anyway, congratulations on that. Who would you like to thank?
Ashley, Dave Klassen, my mum and dad, and yeah, friends and family.
Good. I can imagine if you didn't thank them, they'd be after you quite quickly.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff. Yihan Kalichern there, our third place winner. Now, our champion, Mr. Frosty. Leon Frost, congratulations, our 2022 Wera Tours British Kart Champion.
Yeah.
Man of many words. Are you going to give me more than yeah?
I'm not sure. You might have to ask me some questions and then I'll be able to speak.
Right, okay. First question is, what was the strategy for this weekend? Because we didn't see you yourself fighting at the front. You were just hanging back, relaxing, not worrying about anything.
I mean, I wanted to qualify at the front on Saturday and I didn't because I messed it up, but sort of had to finish top 6, and obviously I didn't start top 6 for the final, so I just had to work a bit hard in the final, and then just the top 6 really sealed it, and that's what I did.
No, exactly what we like to see. Dan, get off your phone. Present, please, Mr. Leon Frost with our number 1 plate, of course, winning our Wera Tours British Kart Championship in 2022. Who would you like to tithank?
I'd like to thank, obviously, my mum and dad, my granddad, and my team, Tim Wilson Motorsport, Ant for helping me get out in the second heat today, and Litchfield, Jade, and just everyone else that's helped out, and Spellfame.
Well, brilliant stuff. Congratulations. Leon Frost, our Wera Tours British Kart Championship in 2022. Well done.
Thank you.
Excellent stuff there. We've got one more race to go, I believe, and it will be, of course, the other half of the TKMs. It's TKM Extreme.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podium presentation for the final round of the 2022 Motorsport UK British Kart Championship for the TKM classes here at PF International. It was the 6th round of their season. We have Junior TKM up first and finishing in 3rd position, representing Klassen Motorsport. He is the E-plate holder, the English champion, Yihan Kalichern. And he's finished 4th in this year's British Championship as well, proudly displaying the number 4 plates. So now we look at the top 2 finishers. These 2 drivers today, they had a race of their own. The final was decided by just 0.09 of a second. Finishing in P2 as a privateer, it's Tyler Harris. And Tyler, who also races in the Rotax classes as well. He's done 2 classes this year, and it's really nice to see that his Rotax mechanic has stayed to watch the presentation as well. So that's great support there for Tyler. But your winner today, last year, this driver won the British Championship without winning a final, and he was desperate to finish off his junior career by winning a round of the British Championship, which he has done today, along with his winning mechanic Sam Garford. Please put your hands together for Alfie Garford. His first win in the British Championship. He only did half a season in Junior TKM this year, but he finishes off his Junior TKM season with that maiden trip to the top step. And Sam Garford, who was also a Junior TKM British champion back in 1997, he gets a winner's medal as well. Wow. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, your Junior TKM podium, ladies and gentlemen. I have to say that your champion this year, Leon Frost, finished a fantastic season in 5th position. So Leon Frost winning for the Tim Wilson Motorsport team the British title this year. And actually, before we go on the senior TKM, I think Leon is right there. We'll have one round of applause if Leon Frost wants to make his way up, your 2022 Junior TKM British champion, finished 5th in the final. We haven't seen him on the podium. Come on, Leon. Come on, Frosty. With the #1 plate, got the podium to yourself. Quick thinking there, get a Wera cap on. Before we address the podium, one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 British Junior TKM champion for Tim Wilson Motorsport, Leon Frost.